For those of you who missed this week's episode of the Shadowspark Chronicles, here's what happened. We left last week with the group landing in a clearing in the northern area of the Spiritwood Forest. Disembarking from Colton Frost's ship in search of some nightshade, after a few hours of exploring the woods, Gwynton spots a blue hue glowing in the distance in the darkness. As the group approaches, they hear a grisly scream and are attacked by a creature that none of them had ever seen before. The battle is long and rough. Gwynton even falls victim to its anger and hatred. Bishop luckily notices and barely manages to keep him from passing. After the battle ends, the group is confronted by a group of Tabaxi Rangers who accuse them of trespassing and bringing this evil into their woods. The original group recognizes two of the Tabaxi. They look like they're part of the group that came to arrest Jade. They won't let the group go until approval is given by their leader, a Tabaxi named Clouded Wind. The group gets escorted to the Tabaxi camp, and again they are accused of bringing great evil to the forest, and it is obvious that they don't like outsiders roaming the woods. The group explains that they came looking for Nightshade as part of the ingredients to make a cure for Marlin's kiss. Clouded Wind tells them that if they want Nightshade, then they would have to go through a ritual that she called the Hunter's Journey. It is decided, and they make their way on this journey. Bishop takes lead, storming off away from the others, and follows the river east towards the destination that Clouded Wind told them. On their way, they see a great elk come out of the forest, walking among what seems to be like a bone graveyard. It looks weak and frail, and seems to be struggling to breathe. Right in front of them, the elk collapses. Bishop makes his way over, and after checking on the creature, he comes to the conclusion that it means them no harm and is simply dying of old age. He sits next to it and comforts it until it passes after a couple hours. He begins digging a grave when he is interrupted by Marslin, who carelessly uses his magic to disrespectfully open the ground around them. Bishop scolds him for being so disrespectful and finishes burying the elk, then filling in the hole by hand. They continue on until they find the small pond and island with the blooming nightshade. As the group approaches, they hear a voice from the darkness. An ancient gold dragon appears in front of them and judges each one by one in the party to see if they are good or evil. He calls himself Azrock the Eternal. After being somewhat satisfied with their answers, for the most part, he gives them the nightshade and warns them never to return. The group goes back to the camp, and Clouded Wind says that they should be able to grow nightshade with some seeds that were gifted to them by Azrock. Oz asks about Jade, and they are informed that he has returned to the homeland and is to serve out his prison sentence. The group heads back to the airship, where they head off to collect the rest of their ingredients. Please join us every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, as we continue the ongoing adventures of the Shadowspark Chronicles. And as always, we will see you in the dungeon. I didn't mess up once!